From your engagement,
except of course the case of Atsu.
Christian Atsu, and that's what we want to zone into now. From your engagement with the ambassador, as you indicate, and would want to expect that you have even spoken to the agent of Christian Atsu in all of this. Of course, his wife, his partner as well. What is the progress in respect of his specific?
Okay, so let me take the opportunity here to explain some few things to your listeners. And also bring them to a level where they will appreciate the effort that is going on right now. I hear of people talking about slow pace of the whole exercise, and look, this is an earthquake that has hit 10 cities and more. And if you don't know, the size of the affected areas are bigger than a whole country. The size, it is bigger than Portugal, for example. That's the scale of event we're talking about here. And we're talking about an incident that involved many buildings, thousands of lives and property and all of that. So obviously, and also we're talking about people working under very severe weather conditions. The weather is cold, there is no electricity because of the situation. They are trying to fix this at the same time. So things will not work as fast as people would expect. You see, last week, the ambassador was there. She went to the place together with her deputy and some official. First of all, let me also clarify that those places that are affected by the earthquake, nobody is allowed to visit those places except with a special permission from the right authority. If you do not have the special clearance, you will not go there. Even the ambassador, when she was going to the place, it had to take the intervention of the Foreign Affairs Ministry here in Turkey to grant them the special clearance before they were able to access the place. Now, when they went to the place, they realized that, they observed it. The rescuers were doing their work. But again, the rescuers are skillfully, trained people with a lot of experience, both international and national. They've been doing this work. And so they informed the ambassador that, look, contrary to the layman's understanding, this is not something like, bricks have fallen on people, just go and lift the bricks and then people bring them back to life. No. We are talking about lots and lots of buildings. And so they need to take their time. They are very, very careful. Because we are talking about lives that are trapped. And if they do not apply due diligence, what will happen eventually is that they will end up killing the very life they want to save. So they need to apply a lot of caution in the exercise they are doing right now. At the same time, they also need to protect their lives. The lives of the rescuers equally matter. So it's a two-tailed affair. So for me and you, we will be thinking that, hey, it has to be done quick. But for them, they are professional. They understand. They explain to the ambassador that it will take time. And so we need to just have patience and leave them to do their job. It's going to take a little while. But look, some people are still being rescued today alive. So which means that all the hopes are not lost. We cannot, they need to take their time to do the work. So the ambassador came back with this information. And to tell you the truth, the ambassador left there around 6:30 p.m. on Friday, the nearby city where she was supposed to move to, and then come back to Ankara. The distance, or let me say the hours, under normal circumstances should have been 2 hours or 2 to 3 hours. So, but it took her more than 7 hours to get to the destination because there is a heavy traffic. Everybody is trying to evacuate. People are moving. In fact, report I received even from the deputy ambassador is that some people got tired on the way and they had to park their vehicle and sleep in because the traffic, the cars are not moving. You see? So they came back with this information. And as I speak to you, tomorrow they are preparing to return to the place as well. And in fact, there is also one thing here to add, because I have seen some people saying, what is the embassy doing? Well, I don't work with the embassy, but I've seen what they are doing. I have seen the tremendous effort they are putting in to make sure that everybody is safe. So I can speak to that.
Okay, Dr.
The coming of Christian Atsu's brother, sister, and the agent and their ability to access the place, to be present there in the first place, was facilitated by the embassy. They had to procure special permission for them to go there. And so they are there not alone, they are there with an official from the embassy as well. You see, observing how things unfold. So yes, there will be a slow pace because we are talking about an earthquake that has consumed not a single building, but multiple buildings. And we are talking about people working under freezing weather conditions, very poor weather condition, and we don't know how many lives are trapped down there. They need to take their time. Okay. At the same time, they also need to protect their own lives. Their
own lives, yes. So, yeah. Doc, let me ask, and clearly you are working with manpower here. It's about people who are doing the rescue. Has the Turkish government received any external support in this regard?
Look, like I said earlier, the rescuers are both international rescuers and locals. They are not working with just manpower. They are working with machines and technology. So when I heard the agent talking about, I don't really understand whether he's an expert in earthquake rescuers or not. I don't really understand that. But they are working with technology that is able to sense, to tell them whether life is here or even life is not here. They are working with all manner of things. They have received support from South Korea, from a lot of countries. So it's not just the Turkish officials who are working there. They are working there with their international partners, trying to do the job.
Okay, Doc, but when I said manpower, what I actually meant was like you need more hands because the work is much, notwithstanding whichever technological aiding that you'll be working with. But in terms of the international support that has come, the technology, the equipment, and the people who are to man and actually engage in this rescue, is it something that is commensurate with the volume of work that needs to be done, given the number of buildings and blocks that have succumbed to this earthquake?
Of course, yes. From what I have seen so far, I think that because this is an earthquake that has never happened before, in the last 100 years. We are talking about twin strikes, not just a single strike, you see? And so the level of effect it has caused, the magnitude of the effect, vis-a-vis the effort that is being expended. Look, they have completed some cities, for example. Everything has been completed there, and they have moved all effort to other cities where, support, much more support is needed. So from where I see, I'm not a technical man in the field of rescuing people in earthquake. So I will not be able to, it will not be fair for me to say it's commensurate with what is being expected or not. But if I have to speak from the layman point of view and from the level of devastation I've seen, I think that they are doing a great job. And we simply need to exercise patience and continue to pray that it will end and we'll find our compatriots, live and safe. I think that is what I can add to that. Yeah, because they are really, really working day and night, trying to make sure that they rescue people. And like I said, it's not only the Turkish officials who are working. There are people from different countries who have come in to double their efforts. It will take time, and my understanding is it is a work that involves high level of due diligence. Let me point out something to you. There are organizations here in Turkey that I know a lot of people have gone there to volunteer, to join in the search, but they were denied. They were not allowed to go in because they do not have the requisite knowledge and the experience to be able to do that job. We are talking about lives that are trapped. So in as much as, yes, we want to see that everything has come to an end, it has to be done properly so that we do not end up killing one who is not dead already. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. By way of the Ghanaians who are very interested in all of this, in terms of final words to Ghanaians who are closely watching this, particularly those who take an interest in Christian Atsu's situation, What would be your final words as to how we are supposed to approach this moving forward?
Yeah, my final word to them is to say, let me give you a very basic example. I would take the case of a medical doctor. When you have a sick patient and you take him to the hospital, for you, it should be treated right away, quickly, for everything to be done. But the medical doctor is a specialist. He understands what he's doing. He will ask you to wait, follow this. I think we just need to trust those in the professional position who are doing the job and have faith that as long as they have rescued thousands and thousands of lives, they know what they are doing. We have to keep on praying and remember them in our prayers, keep on praying and have patience and wait for them to do the job. And then at the end of the day, we'll all see the results of it. I will just call on Ghanaians. I understand that we are very passionate about football. Christian Atsu is a very, very important person to all of us. But there is nothing we can do at this moment. I mean, you should have been there to see the level of effect this earthquake has caused. Thankfully, they've been able to identify his building. They've been able to identify his floor. Remember that a week ago, we didn't have this. Okay, there was no information about his building. There was no information about his floor. Neither did we have any information about even his items. But we are getting there. So it's going to take a little while, but we just need to have patience and have faith and trust that the people who are doing the work understand exactly what they are doing. And so we just need to have patience and continue to pray. Okay. And the good thing is also that as I speak to you now, there are still lives that are being rescued. You know, there are still people who are being rescued alive, even today, this morning. So all hopes are not lost. It's just a matter of time.
All right.
We will definitely get there. So let's have patience and continue to pray for our dear brother, Christian Atsu.
And we want to thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed Mubari.